All right, live on a Friday afternoon with one Cole Bovey. It is the Colecast podcast with your host, Cole Bovey.
Hi, everybody. I am late. Which camera are we on? That one? That one. Hello, Internet world. Sorry I'm late. That's more for you two guys, my guest, and Bruce. But nonetheless, I was pretending like I had diverticulitis and letting the physician poke around in my belly on camera. So I'd like to say this is not my first time I've had somebody poking around in my body on camera, but we'll try to avoid that today. Anyway, once again, the quick show plug. I'd like to thank Bruce Hoyer down at Next Edge Academy, www.nextedgeacademy.com. I believe he's running a promo right now. If I'm not mistaken, Bruce, that you guys are, to sign up now, you get 2 months free?
No,
month?
if you get, basically that's for you on the inside people. That is not out to the average. So basically, if you're a member, then you get 2 months for free for bringing somebody in. But a brand new person that they're coming in off the street, they would get, I believe, even if we're just trying a class, we got a couple T-shirts that we would give them. So.
Yeah, there's a pretty sweet boxing one, and then the other one's a mixed martial arts one. But you do offer a discount to civil service employees and
10%.
Military as well. So it's a good deal. And you get to try 10 days free, right?
We'll do 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Man,
Man.
up to 2 weeks.
Sorry, I looked at all this. I had it written down, and I'm so flustered from not showing up. But, I'm kind of bombing at this. But luckily, Bruce is a really nice guy, and he's super forgiving.
I got no problems with this. Other than your guys' last week where it sounded like this was the worst place to go.
We just melee and break each other.
Basically sounded like you guys were beating the crap out of each other, and that's all we ever do here.
That's not even true at all.
That was just
I will go on record
friends.
saying I am so sorry about that, and that is between Aaron and I because he's my brother, and we definitely beat the crap out of each other like brothers.
Exactly.
I would say everybody else has been super warm and loving, and they do definitely want you to get better and not hurt you. Speaking of not hurting you, my guest today has broken my heart with those beautiful baby blue eyes. I got Ryan Pingrey, who is a trainer out at Coast to Coast Fitness. I just recently started out there, 2 months ago or so now?
Right around 2, yep.
With my wife. We just happened to be searching for a gym and to do something different to work out my wife. So I made sure that it dictated what she wanted. So I said, all right, what do you want to do? I want to lift weights. I want to do a few other things. Of course, I'd love Next Edge. I want to get in there. I'm probably not going to convince you to go and grapple with people. And she said, no, I don't have time for that pajama stuff. And I said, well, you haven't even tried it, so that's not even nice. But we went to Coast. I wasn't really sure what to expect. We had shopped around a bit and found a pretty good crew out there. And we have some mutual friends. And I've been really, you guys have exceeded my expectations, to be honest with you, for what kind of program you guys do. And
happy to hear that.
We, as I've talked before, I've got a lot of good friends in the fitness industry, and they own gyms around town. And like I said, with Bruce and Matt and those guys, I did feel like I was betraying them or cheating on somebody good. But I think this actually would be a good thing to help bring more of the community, because small businesses around here really stick by each other, and that's something I noticed you guys do, is you guys really work together.
Yep.
You guys even train somebody from our gym out here, so at Next Edge.
Yep.
But I wanted to really bring you on just to talk about your Fittest, it's the Fittest of the Falls competition that you just randomly jumped into. Like, you had 3 weeks out, and I'll go on record admitting that I was whining about doing 10 minutes of burpees.
That same morning, right?
That same morning.
Yep.
And for our warm-up, it was a hell of a warm-up. I felt pretty good, but I was just kind of shot, and I did 2 workouts the day before, so I was just kind of extra whiny. And I try not to be whiny. But then I went to watch Ryan and Sarah go out and do this fitness competition, and I was exhausted watching you do one heat. And I got to tell you, the amount of grit that you guys showed and then everybody else out there was pretty impressive.
Oh, it was a great experience. For those, not familiar with Fittest of the Falls, it's put on by CrossFit Sioux Falls. It's basically like a regional mini CrossFit competition. This is the 6th year that they've done it. So I've seen it the past couple of years, and kind of on a whim, Sarah wanted to do it, so we signed up with 3 weeks in advance.
Oh man. And the stuff you guys were doing were legit, and you guys put in some pretty good work and go after it. So that was pretty fun to watch.
Absolutely. You know, signing up 3 weeks, we knew there was some weaknesses that we had to address.
Yeah.
Going into it, but a lot of the things that we do within Coast to Coast are very similar to CrossFit style workouts. We're not a CrossFit affiliate gym,
right?
But
there is some overlay here and there. I would
absolutely.
say, and I would say you'd have that at a lot of strength and conditioning gyms.
Yep.
It's just making it functional and going after. If you want to do powerlifting, you guys can certainly sign up and get wrecked powerlifting.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. I would think the biggest thing that was the hardest part was just the taxing and toll it took on your body. I've never done 6 workouts in a day.
Yeah.
So it's hard to simulate that. It's hard to simulate the intensity. Just like you said, the amount of grit that each person is there. It brought me back to my high school football days right before kickoff. Got the butterflies in the stomach, and you're just kind of peeing pants a little bit, but you're ready to go.
Yeah. Oh, man. It was pretty fun and exciting, you know, and it was a good vibe. It reminded me of thanks, Bruce.
Thanks.
Bruce helping us out. Some water. I wanted to get you guys coffees before I came here. I had big aspirations. I was going to hook up my basic man over there with some pumpkin spice latte.
So true. I'm such a candy fiend.
Hey, man, I love it, too. It gave me a good excuse to order it. And they're like, pumpkin spice latte? I'm like, 2. And they just gave me a good look. And I'm like, don't judge me, 'cause this is for my other gigantic friend. So, there. But, yeah, so I owe you guys a coffee. Sorry about that. I was in a bit of a hurry. So,
Just like today.
Yeah. So this, anyway, watching you guys do the Fittest of Falls, it really, the environment, and, you know, I was pretty impressed because there is a stigma around CrossFit, I would say, overall. Mm-hmm. But I'd say there's a stigma about most sporting events, and, you know, I don't understand it, and I get it. You can get hurt doing anything, mm-hmm. you know, if you're not training right or have somebody be patient, and weren't really sure. Like I said, I wasn't sure what you guys offer. Like, Corey is a marketing madman. Like, I showed the Charlie Day meme where, like, he's the temp and he's showing and working in the mailroom with all the strings going everywhere and going crazy pointing at stuff. I'm fairly certain that's exactly what Corey does when he's at home.
He doesn't. He has the whiteboard downstairs in his basement.
See, he doesn't sleep, and I'm fairly certain he's just thinking of the most evil genius workouts that are going to work really well. He's a pure of heart guy. I think he's very genuine. He means really well, but I think he also loves watching people suffer in the end to be better.
Yep.
But
all with one common purpose.
Yeah, to be much, much better.
Yep.
So I can't decide if he fell into fitness because he wanted to help people, or if he fell into fitness because he liked torturing people. But then he wanted to do a lot of good stuff because you guys do a lot of PR work and you do a lot of community events and push that stuff, which is super awesome. And you guys are super genuine about it.
That's what attracted me the most to Coast to Coast. You know, coming from SDSU, I was involved in a lot of organizations on campus to give back. So that's one thing that really stood out to me with Corey at Coast to Coast is just the community outreach and trying to build up this amazing community in Sioux Falls as best we can.
Yeah, because Coast to Coast has been around for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Going on year 4. So Corey started it.
Nice.
Started the Baseball Academy January 2013. Over the winter, you know, then summer hits, everyone's outside playing baseball. So that's when he added in fitness. He was doing it very, very small, 20 clients at the time, only doing about 2-4 classes a day. Did it for almost a year by himself. He had a little bit of help here and there. But he fast forward a year and a half, that's when he met Tanner and myself. From there, we just kind of been rolling.
You and Tanner grew up in small town Lennox,
Yep. Tanner and I both lived in Lennox, about 12 miles south of Sioux Falls. So growing up small town, I mean, Sioux Falls is still home to me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I met some good people from Lennox.
Yep.
Actually got my EMT from Lennox Ambulance out there.
Really?
Yep. So
I probably know quite a few of them there.
Yeah, it's
some good family friends.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's always a nice small town, small atmosphere. So When you guys decided to do Fittest of the Falls, and you tried to push through with that, and you signed up for it and started looking at the workout stuff, do you guys know the workouts ahead of time, or did you just have to kind of guess for it and train for it?
Some of it we kind of knew going into what was going to be. They kind of gave some standards on, if you want to do this event, you need to be able to deadlift at least 315. You need to be able to hang clean. You need to be able to do handstand push-ups. So we had an idea. They released the workouts kind of one workout at a time. The very last workout, they waited to save until the last day. So that was a little nerve-wracking.
Which one was that?
That was the very last one. It was 7 exercises, 7 reps. Get it done as fast as you can. That's where we had the handstand push-ups, the calorie rows.
Oh, man.
Thrusters.
And all that after you...
Oh,
because the workout you guys did already, was it, 20 minutes to do that as a team?
The last one?
Yeah, or the one out at Sioux Falls CrossFit.
That one was a 10-minute cap.
Okay.
That was right after the snatches that we did.
Yeah, it was out of control.
Out of control.
Yeah,
it was.
So you guys were sitting doing that. You know, I will admit, you are by far one of the nicest people I've ever met, and you're very genuine. But when I was standing there next to your lovely girlfriend, and you're locking out your snatches, and then the judge just randomly said, I think she just didn't. It's kind of like we're talking. I don't know what to do with my hands. Like I just felt like she wanted to say something.
Yeah.
So she's like, make sure you're locking out, and you were already like dying, and you're like,
You saw my eyes.
Your face. Your face was beet red, and you look here, you're like, am I not locking out? And she goes, no, you're good. And you're like, okay, then.
Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, in the middle of
I want to hear it then.
Yeah, it was quite funny.
And that's
Jordan sitting there doing a Facebook Live, and she's like, oh, he's going to get pissed in a second. Like, and I'm like,
might have to turn it off.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that brings me back to even when I was a kid. You know, a lot about me personally has changed. I haven't always been this nice guy. I went through some bad experiences. My father actually passed away from cancer, but that helped change me. But ever since I was a young kid, when I'm on the competitive side on the field, I'm a completely different person.
Sure.
That's one thing that I like about myself is my competitive side. I stick my nose to the ground and I go after it.
Yeah. I was trying to think. There's somebody that was quoted. Oh man, it was J.J. Watt. I think he said he was like giving his prep talk to the rest of his defensive teammates. He's like, on the street we are gentlemen, but when we get on the field, we're the meanest mofos you ever met in your life. And like, of course, it was way more intense and more J.J. Watt. But oh my gosh, I think the Germinator and the Sun are here.
Ooh.
Woo! We got a special guest coming.
Guest.
I don't know, man. My wife likes all my friends better than me, and I don't know how I like that.
I was just talking to Jordan.
She treats everybody so good.
I was talking to Jordan the other night, and I was like, you know what? I absolutely love Cole and Regina, and I hear from them probably at least once a day from each of them, and I love that. I won't change that.
Well, I think it's because of the culture you guys put off too. But you guys are very welcoming, and like I said, you guys were. It reminded me a lot like when I came here to Next Edge. Like people were instantly just super welcoming, and like, yeah, the culture you guys promote is really it's pretty sweet.
And that's what we want to create. We want to be one big family. I may not know everything there is to fitness, nutrition, but I think collectively, if we can get a large group here in the Sioux Falls community, someone's going to know the right answer.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think that's one of the bigger things. You can just reach around and do a few things. And that is one thing I'll say, even about you guys. You know, if there's something you don't know, you just ask. Like, well, I'm not really sure about that. Or you recognize when something like Corey came by and he apologized to me yesterday. And it's just because I was doing my barbell rows just not quite right. Well, I misunderstood him. I thought I was doing bent over rows.
Yeah.
So of course I really looked like an idiot. He just thought I was just going super heavy and not doing it correctly. And he's like, hey, set that down. He's like, don't take this wrong way, but I think that's too heavy. And I'm like, well, it's a little bit heavy, but he goes, you need to be up here, man. And I'm like, and standing up, I'm like, oh, my bad.
Makes
I was
sense.
totally doing the wrong thing. My bad.
And even just
And then
going
just
back
dropped
to
it down. But like just being able to do that, or like I've been nursing a knee injury because I'm becoming a old wiener man. But you guys have been like sensitive to it, and you saw it, and you guys all do a different workout every single day, but you still went ahead and on the fly wrote out a really solid workout to just do upper body stuff and keep things rolling, or
and that's
do,
what
do
I
a little
think,
different cardio. So
and that's what I think what separates us from other places where we do large group trainings, but if we need modifications for an injury or a limitation, you're just starting out.
Yeah.
Your first weekend, we're not going to throw you into the wolves doing hang cleans with,
for sure,
with a thruster. We're going to start basic, but we can modify right on the fly.
Yeah, I would say there isn't a lot of ego out there. I mean, at least from the classes I've been to, you guys have some like killer athletes, and that's the funny part. I don't think they know they're athletes. Like I can think of, Jimmy, he's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
But Molly and Jordan,
those
two are insane.
Power couple.
Absolutely insane. But they have no idea. They're like the nicest people ever. But like Molly is not very big, but I'm constantly. She is my pace rabbit. Like I need to stay after her. Her form is phenomenal, and even if the workout we're doing sucks, she modifies it to make it harder, like add something to it.
Yeah.
But she's doing it with excellent form and just going after it. What? Oh, I'm sorry. The Germinator brought some beers for Ryan.
Ooh.
For modifying a workout.
German beer, right?
Yeah, it's German.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, Corey has one as well. It's pretty nice of her. She doesn't ever buy me any. That's what I said. She's a lot nicer to my friends. She doesn't even buy me alcohol.
Well, the cookies work for you guys too, but Kevin did the doing them right now.
You help yourself.
Thank you for the workout.
Hey, thank you guys so much.
Oh, but Bruce, I gotta keep bringing you stuff too. I need to buy you pie making stuff because your pie making is delicious.
That's the oddest thing is that now I think thanks to Chad from Jim,
I think your mic's off.
That's true. Yeah, I did turn my mic off. Thanks to Chad from the gym, he has given me pretty much every apparatus for pie making that is available. So now my pie making skills are even greater, and I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a sweet business model. Like Corey wants to do a pancake feed, I saw.
Yep.
Which is smart because if you're making pies, Corey's making pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to want to burn those calories.
Exactly.
They're going to keep coming back, but they're going to keep coming back for that delicious, delicious food.
Yeah, right, it's just a vicious cycle.
It's delicious. Hey, Liam, what's up? You want to come say hi?
We should have just given him. We got his own camera over there if he wants it.
Liam,
last week it was.
See yourself over there?
Don't care.
No.
Just all about the candy or the cookie.
Is he spending money? Oh, you guys are busy spending money. Come on, guys.
Beer for me.
Yeah, well, that's nice. So what got you into personal training?
Originally, I went to college with the aspirations to go physical therapy, go down that route. I had an injury in high school. I tore my ACL, so going through that rehab and that process made me fall in love with, the grind. Not necessarily the grind where athletes are trying to get better, but every single person in their life probably has an injury or, a diagnosis that they got to battle back from. You know, my dad was cancer, myself it was an ACL. We all have something where we got to spend a little bit of extra time working hard to overcome that. So when I did some shadowing of physical therapy, realized that wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I had an internship with Zach Mathers at University of Sioux Falls in their strength and conditioning program. So he's a very well-known strength and conditioning coach in the area, and I learned so much from him. And after that, I ran into Corey, and it was like kind of a blessing in disguise. So it kind of almost, I didn't make the decision. The decisions kind of just kept falling in my lap.
Yeah.
And I've just kind of been.
And I think that's super true for a lot of things. You can either take some of the weaknesses and some of the crummy things that happen to you in life. The truth is, everybody has shitty things that happen to them every once in a while, but they just have to deal with it. What's up, Liam? I have to be really careful because he'll repeat the things I say, but not just candidly. He does it because he thinks it's hilarious, and he'll call me out about it. Hey, Liam, you want to go sit by Mom? Because you're totally kicking the table and making a bunch of banging noises, dude. I'm going to lick your sprinkles up off the table, though. Thanks for leaving those behind. Hey, thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. See ya.
Hear that? Corey's at Coast to Coast North. If you guys want to go check it out and steal some of his beer, Regina's going to bring him. If Corey'd be watching right now, he'd know it's coming.
Yep. 5:30, East Amden. He'll be there.
So, yeah, there are 2 different gyms, which is pretty sweet. I wasn't sure about driving out to the south side one out by Harrisburg, Harrisburg exit, but it's a nice facility, and it's huge, and
it's very accessible.
Yeah, getting on and off the interstate, it would take me longer to go to the north end than it would
driving through town.
Yeah, than it would to just jump on and head out to Harrisburg. Like, it seems like it would be kind of rough out there, but yeah.
It's very smooth. And I think a lot of people are finding that out, whether you're from, Canton, Lenox, Harrisburg,
South End, Sioux
Falls. It's you just
interstate
hop on the
accessible.
interstate.
Yeah,
you're right there.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Like, your guys' 5 a.m. class is pretty full.
Yeah, that's at both of our locations. That's one thing we notice at 5 a.m.ers. I mean, they're up, they're ready to go, and they bring the heat to the class. Sometimes when you're as a trainer, you're getting up every day. Not every day I'm bringing 100% intensity. That's just part of the job. But when you have people that come in and you got a group of 15 people ready to work, that just naturally motivates you and fires you up.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to have.
What do you think, Bruce? You going to start a 5 a.m. jiu-jitsu class?
What's funny is like I would totally do a 5 a.m. like boxing or Muay Thai class. 5:30 or 5 a.m. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? No way. Because that's what's the odd thing. Somebody asked me about that I do a ton of privates for boxing and Muay Thai, which, I mean, I still think I'm fairly talented at as far as a coach.
Especially with your corkscrew punches.
Yeah, Aaron will always make fun of me for that, but they still land.
They do land.
So, that it's weird because when you're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a lot of times, when you're doing a private, it's like you're basically working out with that person every single time. So
yeah,
one of those is good, 2 of those is kind of rough, and then if you're doing regular classes with that as well, it's a crusher. So yeah, I would. Yeah. We were talking about that before. The morning classes, I think, would be for that kind of stuff would be really good. But I don't think I could do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the morning.
No, I totally understand that. No, it's nice to know, though, that you guys are getting some other stuff going, like for some of those, like you said, private trainings, whatnot.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It
seems it's actually crazy to me because you put in like a ridiculous amount of time here already, and now you're volunteering more time for podcasting for me to show up late, which I feel bad about.
Well, I like doing this stuff, so it's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It is fun. Hopefully we continue to keep doing it forever and ever.
I suppose I should switch the camera over to me eventually, but I probably won't.
One day.
Right. You go over to that guy. You talk to that guy.
Yeah,
right. Ryan's a handsome guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the matching sweatshirts, the matching headphones.
That's the one thing I'm always jelly about is the coast-to-coast gear. I mean, that's just...
They got some pretty good swag out there.
We do. We got it.
You got some cool stuff, though.
Sometimes, I get a couple C2C things that I wear every once in a while.
They're nice. Yeah, it's actually funny. There's a lot of people asked when they found out Next Edge. They're asking me about boxing and Thai boxing, all that stuff. And I'm like, well, yeah, you know where to go. Come on, people.
Mm-hmm.
We were even talking a little bit before you got here about potentially linking up.
See, networking. That's what friends are for. That's right. See, again, though, that's about the small community and being able to do that stuff. So I know Miss Soupy Soup out there, shout out, just got engaged.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Kind of popular things. Want to other people I know just got engaged the same weekend she did.
Yeah.
I was broken up. I had to take 2 days off work. I couldn't do it. I thought I had a chance, even though I've been married now for 14 years. I keep, asking for Soup's hand in marriage every single time, and she keeps declining. So I don't know what the problem is.
Breaking the heart.
Exactly. Oh, well.
Yeah.
No, we're extremely happy for her. We know it's gonna be an awesome kind of planning into that wedding. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, it should be. I'm actually pretty excited for that. I'm pretty excited for the holiday party that Corey has coming up.
Yeah,
that seems like it's a pretty good time. I showed them the picture, Bruce, of when we came in last year, of where I came in as the Christmas man.
I had no idea what was going on. You guys had to go and make me feel all teary-eyed and such. It was terrible. Terrible. You're not supposed to make me do that.
I don't know. But it was pretty fun. Everybody loved you.
Yeah. Well,
you do a lot more for people than you think you do.
I'm just going to keep eating your cookies then.
All right. That's all right, man. Trust me. You have the cookies. I met with another friend today, and he got me a donut. And
All right.
I got to get that cardio going back again.
Donuts, those are my weakness.
They are.
I had about 4. I ate half of Jordan's too, so I had 4.5 donuts on Sunday after that event.
Yeah, but you probably burned enough calories to last you all month.
I needed every single one.
That was ridiculous.
Taxing on the body.
Yeah.
Week worth of workouts on your body. That's what it felt like.
Well, I believe it. Yeah, that's pretty bonkers. Who else do you guys tend to work with in town here?
We have a good partnership with Furniture Mission. They're a nonprofit organization. We work with them directly for a lot of our volunteer work. Last weekend we just did a turkey giveaway with the Ransom Church. So we try to do at least one community outreach.
I was mad because I wanted to do that.
I did too.
I ended up giving a Boy Scout tour of the ambulances, which was pretty funny because those kids are hilarious. Of course, they always like, have you seen a dead body? And then, of course, you have to navigate how you answer that for a bunch of 8-year-olds. Some are horrified. Yeah, some are horrified. Others are like, "What did it look like? Was there a head?" And just like, I don't know,
blood everywhere.
Come on, man. Like, if your parents weren't here, I would make you need therapy, but we're not doing that now. Growing up, I can't always mess with them. But
we also just finished up a food drive with Feeding South Dakota.
What'd you guys end up with weight on that? I don't know. You had what, 1,000-pound goal?
1,000-pound goal. It was about 5 barrels. I know. Well, I mean, you see the barrels at South. Those two barrels that we had there were completely stacked, full, plus another barrel, 2 barrels of stuff on the side. So I think we were right around it, depending on what the Sioux Falls gym looked like. Looked like they had almost 2 barrels full. So it was a good turnout. Last year we donated about 3.5 barrels, and we just knew that we wanted to keep getting
building
better
on that.
Especially Kellerland had a story on the news a while back about the pantry that didn't have enough food, or they're limited in food. So just seeing that kind of added a little bit extra push for us to get some more food in.
We should do a next C2C crossover event sometime for.
We've done the feedback every time. Yeah, but I turned this off so I can munch on some cookies, and then I gotta put it back on. We've done the feeding South Dakota a couple times. The banquet, which is right next door, I want to do, but the only thing that sucks about
they want you to donate a ton of money,
and that's. So I know that we'd always be willing to put in the time, but sometimes the money is it's a little expensive from there. So.
Yeah, for sure, especially a small business owner and trying to feed yourself, so it becomes difficult.
Exactly,
and I would say that's a hard thing to do, because that's something I noticed about both your guys' gyms is for what you guys do, you're very, very reasonable, which has definitely its pros and cons. It's accessible for a lot of people, but also it's hard to pay the bills sometimes. So I think you guys are like just to do that accessory stuff. So yeah, I'm learning more and more about small businesses, but man, I know there's a ton of work, and it's not all glam. And like, I think Bruce is wearing a Gary Vee shirt. Not everybody's running the Gary Vee life.
I'm definitely not. So,
yeah,
but,
And what we'll say though, man.
I appreciate some of the sentiment that he has a lot of times, but
Yeah, for sure.
I can't run that life, nor would I want to. I think I was talking about that today, and Ryan, you're probably the same. Where it's, if I could live a comfortable life and then be able to do something that I love, I'd be way happier than that than being extremely successful and having way more stressors on my life.
Yeah, going bananas nonstop.
Absolutely.
Oh, I completely agree. Yeah, there's a nice work balance to that for sure.
Absolutely. Just, I mean, from a relationship standpoint, you know, every single one of the clients that we have within our gym is a friend of mine. You know, I don't just see them in the gym. I'm actively engaged in their life. You know, I see them out in the streets. We may hang out. We may, you know, grab a beer on the weekends or something. But that is way more important to me than any amount of money. You know, I'm still young. I'm still learning things. Just like we talked about, I don't know everything, and when I don't know everything, it allows me to sit back and make myself a little bit better by learning that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think where I'm at in my life now, I'm very happy with how things are turning out. And I know we're not done yet. This is only the beginning. I got a lot of life left, and just looking to get a little bit better each year, each season.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I really appreciate it out there. Like I said, I wasn't really sure what to expect when I went out coast to coast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I watched the South YouTube video that you guys had made, which was pretty cool. Like I said, I just didn't really know what to expect. You know, I just saw a bunch of.
It was mainly all word of mouth, I'm sure, because you knew so many.
Yeah,
of
my
those-
wife knew a bunch of people that
those
were going
5
to a
a.m.ers.
different gym, and they were all looking for something different. She's like, "Oh, they're out there. I'm not really sure." And Regina's never touched a barbell in her life, or any weights for that matter. So, and she just started working out more and more just a year or so before that. So then, you know, I'm near and dear to mixed martial arts and doing that stuff. But we wanted to do something together, and I knew that was my end. Like, all right, if we find something we can do together. And that's when she did that, and she was intimidated as hell of weightlifting, and she hung back, and of course, like, as she felt a little bit intimidated, of course, I paid for that. So I was your guys' punching bag for a bit, but not literally, but verbally.
Yeah.
No. But you guys did a really nice job, you know, working her into that, you know, just doing sumo squats with just bands, or just teaching her form and working into it and doing everything she had to. And yeah, I was doing pretty good. I thought I was in pretty good shape and moving some weight around. And then, yeah, just a few days out at Coast to Coast, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't walk down the stairs. I couldn't walk up the stairs. I couldn't get in a comfortable
Soreness is
position.
real.
Yeah, it was insane. Like, I haven't felt that since I first tried football when I was a kid. Like, I couldn't get out of bed. I was so sore. And when I got it, I was like, holy Christ. But the nice thing was I knew that I just needed to kind of push through it, and I get through it. And we just did it, and keep the body moving. And you guys educated that. And you put out a video for the private page recently that was pretty candid, but it came at the right time because I was having that nagging knee injury that wasn't getting better, but I was trying to tough it out and be a wiener.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, hey, if you guys get injuries out there, take care of yourself. We'll work around it. Heal yourself. And so I was just like, all right, Ryan knows what's up.
Yep. I have the mindset going into it. It's easier to kind of, one, if the injury doesn't happen in the first place, we're in the clear. But if we can, instead of trying to battle through an injury, I know we got a lot of tough individuals. I'm the same way. I just want to put my head down and not be a pest or bother anyone. But if we modify that, work around it, and allow that injury to get a little bit better, we're going to be better off, you know, continually getting better instead of taking some steps back and then trying to get back to where we were.
It was hard for me to go up to every one of you individually and be like, hey, like, I know I'm walking okay right now, but anytime I front load like my knee, like, it is just burning. So when I had to step back and be like, tell every one of you, you guys all handle it really well, but like, I remember like going up to Corey, and of course Corey comes in like all hopped up on coffee, and he's got his Get and Go cup, and he's just marching around
4:45 in the morning.
Let's go. Some Post Malone. So he's ready to rock and roll. But I'm just trying to catch up with him. I'm like, hey, Corey, and I just remember like stammering a little bit, and he's just like, all right, walk and talk. Like, let's get over here and get this warm up. And I'm like, all right, I'm 34 years old. I just got to be a man and tell him, like, hey, no squats today. Like, he was totally cool with it, but for whatever reason, like, I just, like you said, I felt like a pest and like a nuisance. Like, hey, you mind modifying some stuff for me so I can let my body heal? So,
but yeah, that should never, you know, especially when you're in a gym, you're working with people who I consider myself a professional in fitness. You know, Bruce himself, we just want to be aware of it, and you know, instead of it getting worse and
sure,
you know, having to,
because that's
shut
usually
things down.
it comes into like micro injuries a lot, where it's just something small and naggy,
Could be an
and
imbalance.
then all of a sudden, kadoosh, all of a sudden the big one happens, and you could just be doing something super simple, and finally it'll just give out. So I know Matt over at Forged and Annie, they both really preach that a lot and really take care of their people. I remember when Devin had broken his leg quite badly. You know, they worked around that, and they just worked everything else that we might be lower. And
that goes back to what you said about
even Bruce. You know, he was like, what's that movie, Cinderella Man, where the guy broke his hand and he had to work with his non-dominant hand. Also became amazing. I remember when you broke your hand and you're sitting there training one-handed with your hand just up in the air and just flipping around and grappling.
Yeah, trying to open up a gym with one hand. That was fun. Thanks, Lee Love.
Lee did that?
Oh yeah, that thing sounded like I don't know, like rhubarb breaking or something. So it was bad.
He's such a funny, intelligent guy, but he's also a
but when
madman.
when he's 275 and he falls on your hand, that's
end of game. End of story.
You know the rest.
It's kind of fun to watch people walk by here, isn't it? Yeah, you'll see people like walk by and like start pretending like they're fighting each other as they go by without realizing there are people sitting in here watching them. I strategically park there too because the grocery store next door, they always have the semi that parks right in front of here, and then we have to listen to the semi roll. So one day he's just going to smash my car, but it's okay. It's a risk I'm willing to take.
No, I was telling Bruce, I like the new spot here. It's a good location.
Yeah, the inside of this gym is pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, it is.
I like it. Even if you guys don't want to train this stuff, you should come down here and watch it, just because it is a pretty cool place. Like, it's a pretty fancy facility for, you know, what South Dakota is. Like, nobody would guess we'd have a mixed martial arts gym like this. I guarantee you that. Yeah,
and the number of people that have actually been in here, like a lot of people that, I mean, that's, geez, you know, Robbie Lawler took all of his pictures in here. Luke Rockhold's been here. Bader. Leota Machida, like you pretty much name it. If you've seen him on TV, he's probably been in this gym. You just probably didn't know about it.
Yeah, it is cool. It's very, I don't know, it's got that lofty feel, but it's gritty, but how do I say?
I like to think of it like a, you know, it's like a girl. She's it's, you know, maybe somewhat crazy on the outside and real tender and nice on the inside. I don't know.
That's right.
Yeah.
You feel at home when you're in here.
It is pretty homey. I like actually like the canvas prints he put up and stuff of other people's fights and their prints. There's a lot of hardware up on those walls too. I don't think people realize the decorated athletes we have around here, which is pretty sweet. We have a lot of humble people.
Yeah, one of which trains at Coast to Coast. One, Caitlin Geeson.
Caitlin. Yeah. Little Caitlin. I still haven't got to train with her, but I love watching Ashley's snaps when she scares the crap out of Caitlin when she comes in to train. And I just sit there and laugh because I'm like, here Caitlin is, this tough little fighter, and then Ashley jumps out of the woods to scare her, and Caitlin's throwing her water bottles across the room because she's
either throwing the water bottles or Ashley's about to get a thrown fist.
I doubt that. Doubt that one bit. Actually, that's probably the thing you'll find is that a lot of the people here that do train, I would say all of them, like, they're like responsible gun owners, I like to say. Just because you have a gun doesn't mean you're going to go out and start hosing people. These guys, like, you could push them to the very limit and you're not going to get anything. It's just going to be completely, I don't know, they're all professional about that. That's one thing I like a lot. Just super sweet.
Bruce teaches that composure.
No, most of it's just that they're probably usually so tired of getting punched in the face here that they just don't want to do it on the street. I mean, I'm sure it's the same way for you. That like after you get done training or whatever, the last thing you want to do is probably pick up another weight. So
Absolutely.
There you go.
I'm sure it's the last thing you want to do after Fittest of the Falls.
Yep.
Man.
What'd you guys end up finishing out of that?
Finished in the scaled, there was 36 teams. We finished 14th. So right at the middle of the pack.
It's not bad for
Very-
dropping in for not being a
Yeah,
CrossFit gym
absolutely.
and not training for it.
Absolutely. I was very, very satisfied. It was
In the middle of it, did you ask Sarah, like, what the hell were you thinking?
about first event first event was at Great Bear. So we were at Great Bear. It's 31 degrees out, and we had to do some hill sprints. So that was right then. I was like, what did we get ourselves into? But I'm already looking forward to doing a lot of training, getting after it, and doing it again next year.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a few other people from coast to coast that want to train for it and do it. When I was sitting there, instantly I thought of Molly and
Yep.
Jordan. I'm like, hey, you two are doing this next year, right?
Well,
And Molly's like, I don't know. And now all of a sudden, yeah, she's going full out beast mode in the gym, where
Training
she always
starts
was
now.
anyway. But yeah, she's smart. She'll train really, really smart and be okay. And like her husband's not that big of a guy, but he packs a wall up too. He
Can
insane.
throw some weight around.
And like fast and controlled,
Yep.
and like everything he does is just he's bananas.
I remember his first day at Coast to Coast. We did the first day, and he did the Murph. So
He just went nuts on it.
I tried my hardest to not let this guy pass me, and he was right on my heels.
He's like I would say maybe about the size of Rebel, Bruce,
Yep.
maybe a little bit bigger, but he just keeps quiet and does his thing, and then he gets done, and he's just kind of looking around like, all right, what's next? Just wants to keep going.
That's it.
But that's one of the things, though. I think, especially when guys have fights and things like that coming up, I think it's really nice to have something that's a defining time for a goal. Rather than like, hey, I would like to lose, 30 pounds or whatever. I think when people find that they have a goal, like, okay, you have to get ready for the Fittest of the Falls, things like that, where you have something to prep for, rather than just, okay, I'm doing this for the sake of fitness or whatever. I think it's a game changer as far as the amount of effort that people are going to put into those workouts. 'Cause nobody wants to look stupid in front of a group of people, I think. So
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Ego does come into play with that, but I think also having the sense of community that you guys offer is really nice, and I think that's also why Matt's so successful at Forge. Like they all work together. I mean, I go into Hy-Vee in the morning, like there'll be a whole mass of Forge people rolling through, getting coffee or whatever, or doing whatever, and I think Next Edge does a lot of stuff like that. Whether they're going out to somebody's house to watch a fight, or they're just watching a movie night. Like there's always stuff being posted about that. It's
Yeah.
kind of fun. If I had more time for it, I'd love to be a part of it. But yeah, it's even just the other day, this last big UFC fight that was on with George St. Pierre coming back. Everybody is at one of the establishments here in town and just hanging out, eating, and watching the fights. So it was super fun. I got to
Just
show
making
up
memories.
and yeah, exactly. Just go there and hang out, and everybody was super excited.
And just kind of relaying off that with the Fittest of the Falls, that was absolutely the best thing that I took away from that, was seeing you and Regina there, seeing Molly and Jordan, seeing every single person from coast to coast come and support.
Yeah.
I think, besides it being at CrossFit Sioux Falls and that being their home gym, we probably had the biggest turnout, and we only had one team in it, and we had over 10 people there supporting.
There was a
Plus the Facebook Live.
there was a lot of camaraderie there. I was quite surprised by that.
And I mean, made me want to work even a little bit harder, just to
I'm sure.
make it worth your guys' time.
And I know you guys are in pretty decent shape, but man, oh man, I can't believe some of those people that were doing some of that stuff. It was like they had so much more left in the gas tank, and they were just going at them like.
And you can't simulate a Fittest of the Falls event. I mean, you can do high intensity workouts, you can do a couple workouts throughout the day, but the atmosphere in that place, just the energy, your adrenaline just gets pumping. But that's the one thing that I could take away, is just kind of relaxing in the moment. I got pretty worked up just because I thought this was going to be my last event ever. So I tried going balls to the wall.
Yeah.
But
I still can't believe that's like I said, just watching your guys' one event where you did the clean and presses, and then after that the squats,
burpees,
and then the burpees. Screw that noise. Well, I don't know, we got to start winding up here. Bruce has some other obligations to go for, which I completely understand, and I appreciate you guys' patience. But I do want to eventually try to get a good handful of you guys in here to do a decent podcast, everything. But I would love to be the liaison and get you guys talking a little bit, because I really enjoy both gyms and what you guys have to offer between Next Edge and Coast to Coast. I think you guys have a lot of the same mentalities. Bruce loves to do a lot of stuff for the community as well, and really supports a lot of the same stuff. You guys just have a little bit different styles of doing it, but I think you have a lot in common. Would bring both some good stuff. But Ryan, I really appreciate everything you guys are doing out there, Jim. If you guys want to, you can check them out on Facebook and Instagram. You got Coast to Coast Sioux Falls, or SF. You can check them out online, Instagram. You got Corey Vasquez, right?
Yep, Corey Vasquez.
And then Tanner Huseman. And then, of course, Ashley Supfora, right? Supandara. My mistake.
We're no longer friends.
Yeah. Sorry,
Just
Ashley.
written her off.
You're done. You're not allowed in here.
No.
I think you'll have his forgiveness. But yeah, thanks for everything, both of you guys.
Thanks for having me on.
Like I said, I love it. It's been great for my wife and my relationship. Not that we had a bad relationship, but it's definitely made us a lot stronger. We love everybody that's out there. You have a good culture, good people. I think Tanner wants to come on next. I think he was a little bit sad that he didn't get to come on the show today, but I said, hey, buddy, get you the next one. Don't worry about that.
We'll get everyone on here.
Yeah, it'll be good. Tanner's his own cartoon character. I feel like you're the level-headed one of the group that kind of does his thing. Corey's the hype man that just really rock and rolls, and you got Tanner, who's like a wrecking ball.
Well, and I mean, Tanner, me and him growing up, he's like my little brother. You know, he's bigger than me, but he's my little brother.
He's your big little brother.
I sometimes got to keep
Sorry,
us.
guys, I keep kicking the thing.
Keep us level-headed for the both of us. But
all right, and make sure you come on down, check out Next Edge. They always have tons of stuff going on, so just come on, check it out. Check out the kids' jiu-jitsu programs. Pretty good as well. So, all right, guys. Until then, have a great week. Appreciate everything. Like I said, appreciate Corey and you guys and everything you do at Coast to Coast. Appreciate Bruce. Until then, signing off. Love, Cole. That was a good nod.